to Take a Wander with Shebs with your host Shebs from Shebs the Wanderer. Now my guest today is Max Taucher. Now Max is a deaf boy who travels the world, and in fact his social media handle is Deaf Boy Abroad. He does quite a lot of YouTube videos and dishes out content every so often, and he's been travelling since he was a young boy. Now Max is actually born completely deaf, but he can now hear and talk. And here is Max in action filming for his channel. Let's take a look into what he had to say to me. Max, thank you for being here. I really appreciate your time. How are you?
Hello, I'm Max.
How's it going?
Yeah, I'm going really well. I'm a little bit nervous.
Don't be. So not that scary, so you should be fine.
I'm ready for any question you're going to ask me.
Because you live in England now, don't you? Is that correct? But you're from Austria, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm from Austria. I was born in Vienna. So that was my hometown. And then I'm living in England. I'm a student. Because in England, it's better school. Deaf people like me because in Austria, school's very hard. And I have a very difficult time learning German. I prefer learning English, and I speak English a lot better.
Just explain your impairment then. So you were born completely deaf. You couldn't hear anything. Is that right?
That's correct. When I was born, I was born completely deaf because my ears wasn't developed. So if I take this off, I can't hear anything. So I can have a good sleep. So yeah. So here, it's the microphone. For example, like you're here in person, all the sounds go to this into your ears, but the sounds goes to this. So that's how it's quite clever technology, and that's a magnet. I got a magnet inside my head. It has like cables goes to the brain, it's a cochlea inside. So that's how I can hear. But apparently, I'm very lucky. It works on me. Quite other deaf people it doesn't really work on them. So I'm very lucky. This technology works on me, so I'm able to hear and I can speak really good. And it's quite surprising. A lot of people that I meet, and they're all shocked that I can speak really well. And I'm quite good at. I'm quite talented of running and filming, traveling. I've experienced a lot of people when they meet me, and they get shocked about that because they thought deaf people can't do anything. Can't do anything. You know what I mean?
With the operation, a lot of people, the success wouldn't have been there because it depends on the level in your head and your ears, beg your pardon, I should say. But you were quite, as you were saying there, you were quite a young age, and I think you said your parents recognised it. And obviously, you were living in Austria at the time, and so but you've been moving back and forth from Austria to the UK, to the UK, finding the good school. But you were saying that in terms of like your speech, when did that develop as you went on in life?
For example, years ago when I was young, I'm trying to think. You know, when I was really unused, for example, I'm trying to think of a word I was struggling to say. You know, I have to say it correctly. When I was really young, I used to go to a doctor. They used to sign to me, and I say these words out to learn to speech. And then when I got a bit older, and that sounds getting better. I need to say like maybe, you know, hot chocolate. I say chocolate hot. I don't say in order because I was struggling to hear, and you know, it takes me time to learn. And now I'm 22 and I'm speaking really well. I spent all my life to improve my speech. Also in school, I had a special lesson. It's called speech therapy language. So maybe my teacher does covering the lip read and say the word out, and I guess what word it is. So maybe like this, hello, and I repeat what word is that. I say hello, and that's correct. You know, I learned to lip read maybe like, you know, for example, if you turn your head away, I won't be able to understand what you're saying because I need to lip read. Like maybe a background noise. If it's too noisy, I can't hear. Now it's all good. It's all quiet. I can hear you really well. So
I see. So, like in terms of like music, for example, then, so can you understand what's going on with the music, or is it just you just can't understand what they're saying?
yeah, music. I love listening to music. Obviously, I love it. I say 90% it depends on their phone, if they sing really fast or too loud. That's why I always use subtitles to understand it. So,
Of course, actually, some music I can't even understand it, so don't worry about that.
I just listen. I just enjoy it because I like the sound of it.
Obviously, you moved across from Austria to England, and you've been. So, where did travel come in then? Is it because of the constant moving? Is that what you loved about the travel?
The reason why I travelled a lot, that was by the time I started Deaf Boy Balls a lot later. Since I was really young, my parents been travelling a lot. My dad, he runs a business, he sells holiday. That's why he travels around. That's the reason why I travel around. My dad, it's mostly my dad and me on my YouTube. He always on my videos. We go around Europe and that. Always travel because of my dad's business, sells holiday. My mum just doesn't have a job. She takes care of me and my brother. So also we always go abroad because we always do, and my dad's been supporting me. He's been supporting my channel. He organised all the trip for me, and I go there and film it. We'll go on a adventure, have fun, film, discovering of new places, learn experiences, cultures, and so yeah, my family all travellers.
Just noticed your T-shirt says "Deaf Boy Abroad," so that's your
Yes.
YouTube channel. So I mean, obviously, "Deaf Boy Abroad" obviously makes sense, but when people see your sort of like branding, and do they automatically think, "Oh, he can't speak," he doesn't know what's going on, won't understand anything?
I would expect that. There are quite a lot of people on YouTube are bullies and that, but never happens to me. It's internet. I
So
mean,
did you say there's quite a lot of people on YouTube who are bullies? Did you say there?
no. I sometimes witness other channels of people get bullied and that, but it never happens to my channel. I always get
Well, as in like the deaf community will get bullied by other people.
no, not really. It's just other channel. I've seen other travellers' channel. Don't know. It's just people usually jealous of their content, something like that. I don't know. It never happened to me in my life. I'm always careful, when I do filming. It's funny when I do filming, when I go traveling, I look completely normal. You know what I mean? But in my personality life, in my personal life, not really, because it's I'm very good at being myself when I go traveling. I always look normal. I always stand up to myself to show I can speak really well. I can hear, and I'm 100% doing it. And yeah, when hearing people, anyone watching my content will visit my channel and be like, wow, that content's amazing. Deaf Boy Ball. It's a great name. Hearing a deaf person, a boy traveling around the world, being deaf and speaks really well. The idea of doing this content, I've been traveling for years and being there, I thought I like to inspire other people that I am there and I can go around the world, and it's too much a thing. I love making videos, my passion. I love editing, I love to share a story, I like to make and discover about the world, learning adventures. I love to meet everyone. And it's so interesting to go around the world, seeing other deaf people, hearing people, everything. It's my passion, really.
Admittedly, I've not come across many deaf travelers. Maybe because I've not looked. I've not come across many that have been to many the places that I've been to. But when you go abroad, is there like a do you sort of find ways to meet them? Is there like a community? Is there a community there?
Actually, when I go abroad, when I travel with Zephyr, I meet a lot of hearing people. I'm human as well. We're both the same. We're human. It's just because of I can't hear, but I'm a human. I can hear, obviously. And yeah, we talk normal conversation. Just normal conversation. But if I meet that other person, maybe could be deaf like me, but I can't hear, only sign. I did met someone. It's another deaf traveller in Austria. Actually can't speak, can only sign. So I write down a note to communicate. That happened to me before, and it was interesting because that deaf person did tell me I should learn to sign. I always thought about learning the sign language, but I never have time to do it because literally my content is mostly hearing people watching my video. That's why I rarely never do subtitles, especially everywhere I go traveling, all I meet is mostly hearing people.
Can I ask you then? So your channel itself. So you travel around, you make content, obviously of you traveling. You talk to people who can hear. Would you not want to sort of involve more people who are deaf?
I would love that to happen. I would love to get more deaf people to involved in my channel. That'd be really good. It'd be interesting. Because, you know, it would be nice. I could show the world, maybe, have really thought about that in the future. So that I'm a deaf person that I can hear, but other deaf person can't hear, but a sign. It's just the way it is. It just happens, you know.
So it's because you can't sign that's the issue you've got then.
That's the issue. I can't really. I do know a bit of British Sign Language, but a tiny bit. Not really. Like M-A-X. I forgot.
And you can say thank you, I'm assuming, yeah.
Yeah, that's thank you. Yeah.
That's very easy, yeah.
I did a bit of a sign language course, but now I think I've forgotten all.
Yeah, no. Well, I guess if you can speak the language, English, of course, it's going to be easy for you to communicate that way. So if you're not coming across many deaf people, then you're not going to really require to speak, well, to use the language actually. But what I meant was in terms of like your channel, I reckon there's a community there, and I wish I could sign language. That's one thing I wish I can do. So when I was in university, there was a person that was also deaf, but I couldn't sign. So unfortunately, when it came to communication, it was very limited. But I think you might have more of a bigger channel, for example, if you potentially have got more deaf people involved with travel. Because I remember a couple of years ago, there was a episode on the BBC Travel Show. There was a deaf traveller on there. She spoke about... What was that, sorry?
What, BBC, right?
Yeah, BBC, yeah, the BBC Travel Show. They had this lady on the channel to show that, you know, we do the exact same thing, we experience the exact same thing as well, but we don't get the recognition, or no one really cares. And I think your channel could potentially go huge if you got more deaf travelers involved, and you got them to tell their story. So you tell your story when you go to a country, but then you get other people to tell their story whilst they're there, maybe talk to someone. So that could be a good thing, collaboration wise, I reckon. But it's up to yourself, of course, how you want to see your channel grow.
I like the idea, but I see what you're saying. The thing is, the deaf boy border, I would have thought it would have gone a bit fast, but I've been doing it for, I think, 5 years or 4 years. No, 4 years. I haven't really grown fast. I'm really struggling to grow my content. It's just maybe people not going to share. Maybe could be jealous, or it's just too many content out there.
That as well, but I think people, when they see the word deaf, probably just automatically go, "Oh, don't want to watch this." I don't want to read the subtitles, so they probably think, I can't, I haven't got time, so I'd rather just watch the content. So potentially that, but I think there's so much potential in terms of your channel becoming a big thing. So you could be like the deaf boy who travels, talks to other deaf travelers, and then next thing you know, you're on, billboards and stuff as the as the next big traveler. But there is the point I'm trying to make is I just did like a big panel talking about diversity. Deaf people are part of the diverse community, so they haven't had their say on any platform. No TV. TV is a big thing where, like here in the UK, during night time, the BBC channels will have like people sign language, and they have done for many. They have done for many a year, but there's a chance there for the community to sort of show what they do, and I think there's a platform like your platform could be the way forward. That's what I think anyway.
Yeah, I have a lot of dream. I would hope my deaf boy will end up in BBC one day. That'd be great. Absolutely, if I can share my amazing, fascinating stories.
Absolutely. What do you learn when you go abroad? Just tell us a little bit about your content, or what do you talk about in your content?
When I travel with my dad, the other people, and usually I had some facts about history of this place, talking about it, and this day I will show them the most paradise place you should visit, and I recommend what good place to eat. So I used to give a review, and I'd show them what's the best good place to stay in a hotel, and maybe when I did the trip with my dad, we went to Barcelona in Spain for my first time. I was like, wow. We went everywhere, the famous arts there, the beautiful architectural building, crazy building. So yeah, I'm learning, discovering, telling my views about that place, and that's the audio I want to do. That's because I've seen other content, YouTube. I don't know. What I'm trying to say. I've seen other videos like it's mostly rich people, a million subscribers, just show off their fancy car, and I'm bored. I don't want to see that. I want to show people of history now. I don't want to see other people on fancy car, iPhone Pro showing in front of the camera, you know what I mean? The idea of my content, I want to educate people, I want to educate everyone. Maybe it could be me being there, meeting other people, traveling to all, get out into all and discover new places instead of staying at home, learning history, like learn different language would be great.
You make a good point, because there are lots of contents out there. I've watched a few over the last 6 months, and yeah, you're right. So some of them might just go on about how wonderful this place is, but don't really talk about the historical aspect or why it's important.
I'm trying to say.
But there are lots of people out there on YouTube. I actually spoke to a YouTube guy, Carl Watson, his name was, back in the summer.
Yeah.
He does like travel documentaries, but really makes it interesting, really relevant to the audience. So I think as long as you make the content relevant to the audience, and they go, "Oh, I can understand this," it makes it more fascinating for them to sort of follow. But if you're just talking about how this is so good, look at my car or whatever, or look at this car, it's not going to be appealing to the public, I guess, as you said. But no, that's good. I think I've got an understanding now a little bit about your.
Also, I just one thing I want to say, that do you know what? That's another reason why I started doing YouTube. What that really inspired me to do it. But obviously, I did quite a lot of filming before that. It's a British TV show that inspired me. It's called Am Idiot Abroad.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah. That's not. I'm surprised you were inspired by something like that.
Yeah, and another one that my favourite YouTuber that inspired me. It's a British guy. It's on England. His channel's name Abroad in Japan. He has almost 2 million subscribers, and he makes videos about Japan. That's another one that's really inspired me. That's two things inspired me, especially traveling with my family for a long time, filming. All that inspired me.
It's actually important to have a few mentors, I think. So when it comes to your travel, you get a bit more of a feel of what they've done, and then you can take that experience from what they tell you into your travel, I think, anyway. So having mentors or having someone that you can get inspired by is actually really important. So this is why I was saying to you, if you can sort of maybe get other deaf people involved in your channel, then other deaf communities can go, "Oh wow, look at Max, he's amazing, he's doing all this, I can do this. No, this is serious." So then you can inspire a next generation and say, Max did it, I can do it. You see, I might not be able to hear like him or speak like him, but I'll be able to travel because he's opened the door for me. Does that make sense? So there's more of a chance of other people within the community traveling really in the industry. And I'd love to be talking to, and as I said to you, I did a diverse panel the other day. I would love to have a deaf person on a panel next time, maybe. So it's important, I think. So just quickly ask you about some of your other hobbies, Dan.
My hobbies are I play water polo and I do skiing. That's my hobbies.
Anything else that you do? Any other hobbies or movies?
Also, I like anime as well.
I guess, is that because of your inspiration from the guy from Japan?
Well, I liked Japan long time. Yeah, abroad in Japan, I discovered that later on. I liked anime before that.
So what do you want to do in the coming years then, in the future? So where would you like to see your YouTube go to? Where would you like to see yourself?
now I'm studying media. I'm doing level 2 in college, so I want to get more into filming career, then to increase my skills and that, learn more knowledge. Next year I'm hoping to do level 3 if I pass my exam. But then I'm thinking, but also Deaf Boyable. I want to build my Deaf Boyable. I'm hoping to reach 1,000 subscribers to grow my audience. That's my goal, and I will continue traveling. And I'm hoping to apply to get an apprenticeship in London to get into a filming company. I'm hoping to work for Netflix, shoot a film, stuff like that.
Awesome.
Yeah, become a video editor or cameraman. Maybe in 5 years' time, I'm hoping to become a director of my own film. It's crazy.
Well, you can dream about it, and I hope you will reach that dream. If you work hard, then I can't see why you can't achieve your dream. So,
I'm working really hard.
No, yeah. As long as you put in the hours, I'm sure you'll get there. So,
yeah, I hope so.
Listen, Max, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate your time and telling me your story. And as I said, there's a possibility for other deaf people hopefully watching this, and you've inspired, and then maybe they can travel like you and make videos like you as well.
Yeah, I hope your content will grow and keep working on it. It's very nice to meet you. Hopefully we can meet you one day.
Yeah, absolutely. When I get down to the south, if I can get back anytime soon, we'll definitely meet up.
That'd be great.
No problem. Take care. There you go, everyone. That was Max for you there. I hope he inspired you all. If there is anyone out there that would like to work with Max or get involved with his video, do get in touch with him, especially the deaf community. I'm sure they've got voices and they want to tell their stories. And if you want to follow Max and support him on his YouTube channel, his social media handle is deafboyabroad. That's it for Take a Wonder with Shebs. Hope to see you all soon. Until next time, bye for now.